today we're asking you the very simple question of how do you view the WNBA returning to Portland? Big win for the city. Nice little get. Or seriously, who cares?
Yeah. See, this is a big win for the city for me.
Log on and vote.
And this city needs wins.
Vote hard.
In the worst way. And I think this is a big win. The fact that you had a league look at a city that has taken a lot of hits and look, in reality and in perception over the last handful of years, and look at a city and be like, absolutely, we want to be a part of this. And you've got a billionaire investor that has now come in and spent how much money buying the Thorns and now whatever the WNBA team is. I don't know. I think this is absolutely huge. And it's how many WNBA games in the season? So how many home games do we get? 40?
Let me check.
40 something, right? So we got another 20 plus dates for something to be down there in the Rose Quarter. Community and Phil Knight are spending a ton of money down there in that neighborhood, trying to revamp it, doing stuff hopefully down at the Lloyd Center soon. So hopefully that whole pocket down there, is on the come up.
Yeah, it's a 40-game season.
Yeah, 40 games to get 20 home dates. I don't know how you can see this as any other way than a win. And they're renovating the Memorial Coliseum. They're going to do major renovations over at Moda.
Wait, they're renovating the Coliseum?
Yeah, well, the Winterhawks are doing some stuff there now, and because the Moda Center is going to be renovated, chances are this WNBA team is probably going to have to play some games over at the Coliseum for a time or two. And yeah, they're putting some efforts into redoing the Memorial Coliseum. The Winterhawks had to move some of their offices and everything out of there, and so they're sprucing that up a little bit.
About time.
Yeah, there's just I don't know. I just don't know how you can look at this any other way, even if you're not into this at all, and say that this in any way is not a big hit for the city. This is a big win. Is it Major League Baseball? Is it the NHL? Of course not, because it's not one of the core four. But I mean, look, the NHL isn't coming here, and I'm starting to think that baseball is a pipe dream. I hope, but if when we get baseball, it's going to be out in the suburbs. This is again right in the heart of the city. This is kick ass.
So vote on the poll question. It is on X at 1080 The Fan. Vote hard right now. 44% say nice little get. 28% say big win for the city, and another 28% say seriously, who cares? They're split on that. Well,
and there's going to be some people, because it's women's sports, they're going to shrug their shoulders at it, but the numbers would tell you otherwise. And I just this is a sport that's growing, and I don't know if it's going to grow to the same level that it is right now, but I definitely think that women's sports in general and the WNBA especially are on the come up, and it's cool to be in on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you went all the way back to when the Fire came here in 2000,
that was a no one cares.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing the seriously who cares, like if you did that same poll question back then, the seriously who cares would be 75%.
Well, and that would have been me too. And I've changed my
the best way to look at it is look how far we've come.
Yes.
And not everybody's going to be on board. I get that. I mean, look, I probably won't be going much. I might go see Caitlin Clark. But I know that it's good for the city.
Caitlin Clark is white.
I mean, is that why?
There's just a big, I don't know. It's just WNBA in Portland works.
Yep.
I'm surprised it hasn't been back here before now.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
So, well, I mean, look.
But we kind of can't get out of our own way.
That's kind of our thing.
But I'm even surprised that it wasn't here, pre-2019 or 2018.
Well, the problem is
that's what I'm saying.
Paul Allen didn't have an interest in it, and and neither really did Merritt Paulson. But again, you've got an owner who is now invested twice in the city, and they were saying something in there. One of the spokesmen for it said, like we felt like we had a foot in the city, obviously with the Thorns, and now we're all in. And even if the sports thing isn't anywhere in your sphere, you have a billionaire group that is now spending hundreds of millions of dollars in the city, and they're building. The Thorns are building like their own facility, right? I just don't know how you could not want a billionaire.
The Thorns are building their own facility?
Yeah, the Thorns are building their own practice facility.
And that's part of the $125 million price tag.
Yeah.
Is the cost of a new practice facility.
Yeah.
But I thought that was for basketball too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about that.
You said
no.
Thorns.
Yeah, the Thorns are building,
Sorry.
I think the Thorns are building their own facility. And so, again, same thing here, part of that. But my point is, you've got a really, really rich person and family that's in Portland that's building things. How anyone could not want rich people in their city spending money is beyond me. especially in a city where no one has wanted anything to do with it for a number of years.
Wait till the Blazers get all jealous. that
I
they
hope
have
so.
Nicer facilities.
Good. Then get all pissy about it. And well, you won't do anything because you're going to sell the team, but sell the damn team. Let's get another person that's worth a couple $2 billion that comes in here and does want to get competitive and says we're not going to get outdone by the WNBA team.
Well, Jackie Styles redo will begin play in 2026, May of 2026. And what do? They do like an expansion draft or something?
They'll do an expansion draft. So I was looking, and it's the last one they did was like in 2008, and I think they protected 6 players from each team, and then you get to pick your roster. And then I think they gave them Swag was talking about this. I think they gave him the 4th overall pick. They didn't give him the number 1 pick. And so I don't know if that just goes into the lottery if you just naturally slot him in, but you get to pick from the other teams like they do in every other expansion draft, and then you get a high pick. And maybe by then you've got more. I mean, look at like some of the names that came out this year that were household names. Cameron Brink was a household name. Angel Reese was a household name. Caitlin Clark obviously was a household name. Paige Buckets next year will be a household name. I think Juju has another 2 because you have to be 3 years in. So she'll come out next year or the year after that. So like there's marketable stars seemingly coming every year in women's basketball. And hopefully by then you land one of those names that can give your franchise some juice.
All right. Get horny.
I am. Let's do it.
Sports horny.
Yeah, but it's a slow horn because, again, we've got 2 years. You don't want to get too horny too fast.
That's right.
You got to build. You know what, Rob? It's an erotic dance. You got to build your way up. You can't just go all in.
But we're starting to slide a little bit.
A little bit.
Hips are moving.
That's right. And those hips don't lie.
The WNBA is back.